example or two and describe what it feels like for you when you get that communication? Because I think that's sometimes the gap, just to understand. I know it's a really hard thing to describe, but
no. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
You say I'm connecting with my cat Ziggy right now, and I'm relaying it to you. Ziggy's saying to me, "Can you hurry up? I really want some food. I'm bored. Why are you on the screen so much?" Because it's literally nagging me for the last 5 minutes. How do I experience that to know it, and how do I cast that on? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because basically you're translating for us right now, right? When you put it into English.
I'm translating as well as experiencing. I like the description as experience. Yeah. So I'm aware like, sorry, go on.
I was just saying you're translating to us, but actually you have an experience that experience in your body. So that's the thing that I was wondering if you could describe, because you translate it so well, but just like how it feels from Ziggy, for example. Okay. Thank you.
I want to bring this into context. My personal style is that I can work quite quickly. When you listen to me deliver the information, it is quick. But then there are times when it's also slow. So I'm letting you know that because I tend to work quickly. The way it happens for me, or my experience when I unpack it, as I call it, is that I'm aware that there is having two experiences at the same time. So I know I'm me and I'm talking to you, okay? But at the same time, I'm very aware of this impatience feeling in me, and somehow this hunger or this need to eat is also really prevalent. But it doesn't feel like me because I get like his claws, for example, really. So the sensation I'm getting at the same time is like a little bit of a scratch. He's not physically scratching me. So it comes quite fast and it comes in the package. So as I'm translating it to you, so I'm saying something like, Ziggy's really impatient with me. Why is he saying, why am I staring at the screen? That is my translation. Yeah. But what I'm experiencing is a feeling of impatience, a hunger, some kind of scratching kind of on my arm, and a need to move on. Does that?
Thank you. Super helpful. So like basically you experience it through feeling your ongoing relationship with Ziggy, like just trying to put it in the language you had before, a kind of knowingness, but also almost like a feeling, because you talked about the scratching, and then emotion. So feeling emotion and kind of a knowingness, and then also your familiarity. Is that?
And how do you, and the way that I know is him, because the way that I'm describing it is like, well, it could be what I'm assuming because he's meowing away. Right. I could be, right? The reason I know it's him is when you asked me that question, I was able to connect in with the different intuitive senses of how the communication came to me.
Could you say that again?
When you asked me, how do you know Ziggy's communicating that to you? The reason that I know it's him is because I'm able to, let's call the word unpack, the intuitive senses of how I've received all of those information in order to translate it. So like I've given you, I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling impatient, I'm getting the sensation, almost like but I'm able to unpack it. Did that resonate? Yeah. So if you say to me, so say for example, this is the kind of thing I do in my hot seats. And it really, really does help the clarity. So you say to me, I don't know if it's my dog, but he told me that he really doesn't like this walk that I take him to. But I'm just wondering whether it's because I've observed his body language and assumed that he does. So what I do is I kind of spend time with you and I say, okay, tell me, if you were to unpack it, how did that information come to you? And then we have to kind of, it's not so much think, it's connecting. So say sensation wise, I get that when I get the visual of him walking into the woods, I get a little nervous. Then you go, and then when my when I connect in with how he's walking in the woods, although he looks with my physical eye to be running and sniffing, I also feel like he's a little kind of reluctant with the way he shifts his paws or his legs or his feet. So when you are able to unpack how you're translating the information, that is where your confidence, I'm going to change the word confidence. This is where the belief in what you receive is going to be the key to your confidence.
Super, super helpful.